What is up, my friends? I'm Bones88, and today we have another race and review. And the last, for now. I have a feeling that we might have some more races coming up in the future, but as of now, there are 7 races. And this is my 7th race and review video, and today we will be talking about the Goblins. The Goblins are an awesome team, guys. I can't just talk about them enough. They do lots of assists, healing, like everything you want in a team is here with the Goblins. We'll get into the review right now and tell you everything you need to know. Alright guys, the Goblins. The first thing you need to know about these guys, they are required to unlock Thelane. Thelane is an amazing top 5 character. She's an elf, she's a leader, and she is crazy good. So you can't go wrong farming these guys, and you'll be very thankful you did. This is one of the few teams that I advise taking all the way to gear 11. Max all their abilities, put everything in that you have into them, and you will be more than happy. To me, this is more of a in-game team. I also suggest that you, as of now, out of the 7 factions, I think that you should probably farm these guys last. You don't need them as much in the beginning, and they're just more of an for in-game players. So yeah, I recommend you guys farm these guys last. Once again, this game's set up to where you can farm them as soon as they're available to you. It's all up to you, but it just makes the most sense to farm them way later on in the game. So, let's go over what team I recommend, and maybe a couple others that you can go for. So up top here, you see these 5. These are the ones I suggest going for. So the most important here is General Murdoch. He is a legendary. In order to get General Murdoch, you have to have a team of demons and complete his event with all demons. Now, I went into that event and the demons and everything else in my race and review of demons. So I will put that down below or at the end of the video if you are more interested in that. And if you do not have him yet, then I suggest going back and checking that out. Otherwise, these guys are kind of useless, and the event's going to be really hard to unlock the lane. So you got to have General Murdoch just overall to have any kind of use with this team. So General Murdoch, go get your demons, farm them up, unlock him in the event, then you can worry about your goblins. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. And that's another reason why I suggest farming these guys way down the line. Now, the second best character in the Goblins faction, and one of my just top favorite characters in the whole game, is Dr. Frank. Dr. Frank is crazy. He can shock people. He can help, the rest of the team start assisting. He puts up a bunch of protection and health on one of his moves, and he's kind of plug and play also. So you just, as soon as you can get him, which is in game, you can't really farm him until the very end of the campaign nodes. But once you can, just go all out and get him. So you can only get him in the Dawn of Order 812, which is the last node of Dawn of Order. So you won't even be able to, and if you don't have him, you can have a decent Goblin team, but it's not the best. It's not that great. And so he's the second most important to this Goblin team. You have General Murdoch and Dr. Frank, you can pretty much have any of the rest of these guys, and you're going to have a pretty awesome team. Now, I'm kind of skipping around here, but just right from the get-go, stay away from Old Lore. Terrible character. One of the top 3 worst characters in the whole entire game. He needs a rework. He's useless. If you see, I haven't even put a penny into him. And just don't do it. He sucks. I'm not going to get real deep into it. I have also other videos of why he sucks and the top 10 worst characters, blah, blah, blah. So just stay away from the guy. Right now, we're just talking about these top 5. So next up, and the most important to me, is Instructor Gorham. Instructor Gorham can summon pigs, and he has some stuff in his kit where you start assisting, and it just helps out the rest of the team. And when you get all these characters put together, they all start assisting, and their kits work together great. The synergy with this team is probably the best in the game when it comes to all 5 characters working together. He's the number 3 one you want, and you can get him in the Demon Invasion. Once again, kind of farther down towards the in-game area of the game. That's about all I gotta say about him, but yeah, he can summon, and he has a pretty good kit, so he's pretty awesome. So the 4th most important goblin to me is Major Shot. Now, he's not the best character, but his kit's pretty awesome. He's very, very, very squishy, so keep that in mind. This is his leadership here. I wouldn't even bother putting anything into him as far as that goes, but you know, he restores turns to a random ability at the start of a turn. He can inflict blindness and healing block, and he has this thing where he switches to battle mode. It can't be prevented or removed. You have a chance to stun enemies and stuff like that. I don't know exactly what the battle mode does. His basic, it's like a AoE, so that's pretty cool on his basic. And so he's really squishy, but he can put out a bunch of damage, and once he gets going, watch out, because he may be squishy, but he can put out a lot of like damage and debuffs and stuff like that. Now the number 5 spot. The number 5 spot's where you can kind of have fun with. You can change it around a little bit. I'm not saying you have to have Amara. If you want a total offensive Goblin team, I suggest you go with Amara here. But also, you can go with Adam. If you want a really good defensive Goblin team for Battlegrounds, I suggest that you farm up 6 or 7 of these guys, because you can just kind of change it up, and then you can have more defensive team or more offensive team. But Adam's great. He's not great by himself, but he's really great with this Goblin team. And if you make him the 5th slot, and you know you take him to gear 11 and everything, you won't be disappointed. He's pretty tanky with the Goblins, and you have all the damage going to him, while these other 4 are just breaking you down. So I strongly suggest for defense, farming Adam and putting him in instead of Mara. But if you're attacking and you want to do an offensive team, I'd totally go with Amara. Now, a little disclaimer. Vanessa was just recently added to the game, maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't really vouch for her. I don't know how good she fits in there. I haven't even had time to really test her much on the test server. So I'm guessing she probably fits right in there where Amara is. But at the same time, she has synergy with Amara. So maybe you take out Major Shot, put Vanessa and Amara in, and they might be a better offensive team. That I can't tell you. Unfortunately, this is being filmed before I know anything about her. But you can't go wrong with Vanessa. As far as I know, I don't think she's even farmable. So it's just better to put her out of your mind right now until they put her somewhere where you can farm her. She's just been released, and I think she had a tournament or something to get her, and maybe some other things. You may be able to buy shards, but as far as free to play, she's just out of the question right now, so don't even worry about her. But she is a great character. That's what I was getting at. But see, like Amara here, if you look at her kit, she has synergy with Vanessa. They gain turn meter every time there's a stack of burning or poison, and I'm pretty sure Amara does a lot of burning, and Vanessa does a lot of poison. So you put them together on a team, they're probably going to do some pretty good turn meter, lots of assists, lots of damage, and I want to do some more testing to find out. I might just do a video on Vanessa herself. But as you see here, like this move here, if there's burning on an opponent or poison, then she deals even more damage whenever she's doing this move. And if you look at this move, she inflicts burning for 2 turns, and it's an AoE. So you want to do this move first to get the burns out there, and then when she comes back around, you use this, and it'll do more damage, the more burning and poison that Vanessa will also put on the team. So yeah, you can't go wrong with Amara, you can't go wrong with Vanessa, you can't go wrong with Adam, and these 2 I'm just very leery of. Sergeant Pigwald, you can take him up and do stuff with him, and he'll still work with the team. But as far as the worst goblins on the team, it's just these 2. The other ones are great. They're all very useful, and you can use them in so many different ways. Such a fun team. But these 2, it's just, they're squishy, and they just suck. I mean, that's all there is to it. So just stay away from these 2 guys. I've farmed Sergeant Pigwald only to get my Clash of Clans daily activity rewards. That's the only reason I've farmed him to max, or else I wouldn't even done it. But as far as goblins go, that's about all I have to say about them. I mean, they're awesome, guys. Definitely work on them, farm on them. It's just everyone's at a different point in the game, and I suggest don't just drop everything and try to get these guys. They won't even be available until later on down the road when you've unlocked all the campaign nodes and you've 3-starred them all. That's when you're going to be able to start farming these guys. You know, I think all of them are on a farm node. As far as these 5 go, these 2 are on farm nodes, these 2 are on farm nodes, and the only one that's not is General Murdoch. and you have to have demons first to unlock him. If you haven't done that, then don't even worry about these guys. This is a strictly, mostly in-game team. Alright guys, that was my racing review on Goblins. I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out my videos, supporting, liking, subscribing. You guys are awesome, man. I love the family. I love XMG family. I appreciate the good talks we have, the good times we do. The memes of me and Zeri, I just having a great time doing this, guys, and I really appreciate it. You can rest assured this is my last racing review for a while, so you can, rest easy tonight now, knowing that. But with that being said, thank you guys. Thanks for the support. I'm going to run an ad real quick on No Name Nerd. They are a clothing company that if you guys buy something from them, I get a percentage of it. And there's a code below. You get 10% off of it. It's really good price, and you get to customize it and everything else. You'll see in my ad that I made. But if you guys want to support me, just check them out. If you like what they got, get you something, and it also supports the channel. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate everything you do. Love you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Being a nerd has never been more popular than it is now. So, what better way of showing your inner nerd than a no-name nerd customized gamer jersey? You have tons of designs to choose from. The best thing about it, they are fully customizable. You can put any picture, design, or text that you like. If you want to express your inner nerd, use my coupon below for 10% off.